Hi guys, Jacob from Ajuice. I'd like to show you our new Messenger toolkit. I'll explain how it works and answer a bunch of your questions. You can see them on the screen, and I'll try to add some timelines later, timestamps. Let's dive in. Basic editing. First, let me say this is a tool that allows you to create videos based on messengers, such as Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook. When people type and it's animated automatically. All you need to do is change texts, and I'll show you how to change a bunch of settings along the way. Let's pick a text tool and change the first text. Type something. Okay, you can do it with all layers. You can just double click on the timeline or directly in the preview. So let's say you need the second layer to appear sooner. You can adjust the timing by moving the layer on the timeline. Another way to adjust the timing is adjust the typing speed. If you notice, the message is typed automatically right here, and by dragging the send marker, you'll make it type faster or slower. Let's add a new message. You can select existing message and press duplicate, Ctrl D. The new message will appear and automatically be positioned in the right way. The only thing I would consider paying attention to is make sure that layers are following one each other. So in this case, once you duplicate it, make sure that the next layer is moved a little bit to the right, at least one frame. Because expressions, they look for the sequential order. They expect messages to be one by one, as in real life. And if they will be not sequential, there will be some problems in the interface. Next, let's say you need to delete the same message. You can simply delete the layer. Okay, and that's it. It should be adjusted automatically as well. And you can delete layers from the middle as well. So don't think that it only works for the first layer. Let me delete something in the middle. Let's say this one, right? And as you see, all messages on the top, we adjusted as well. Next, let's say you need to change this message from outgoing to incoming. You can select it on the timeline, and in effect controls, you have this checkbox. It switches the layer back, so it changes the colors of the background, all the stuff, and the message becomes incoming instead of outgoing. Take a look at the status online here. If you noticed the typing animation for outgoing messages, there is also typing animation for incoming messages, but it can be found right here. So as you see, the typing marker is to the right, and it means that from the beginning of the layer here in point until the marker, there will be a typing text right here. Once the time passes the marker, it changes back to the line, and you see the incoming messages already appearing right there. Next, we got a question how to edit an animation. Like if you don't like the speed, the graph, you want to edit it, that's no problem. Go to controls, and there is an effect called animation right here. And there should be 2 keyframes. So these 2 keyframes, they control entire animation of this toolkit. And they're regular keyframes. Just go to the graph editor and play around with them. So it will affect the scale and the position animation once they appear. You can make it also faster, slower, just by moving them around. Next, we got a question if it supports automatic new lines. So let's say if I will be typing, one user was frustrated with some other template on the market. So let's type something, and I will not press enter. So you see immediately that it adjusted automatically. I didn't press enter for that. So if you type something else, the new line will appear automatically, like this. And it's smart, so it looks for a new word or space or end of a sentence, and it works like in real life. Okay, next we got a question how to make sound effects and how it works. Our sound effects work as everything else automatically. You don't need to worry about it. Let me show you some example. Let me change it back to something short. Okay, so if you want to dive deep how it works, there are two sound effects placeholders for incoming and outgoing message. We've added one for convenience, but you can go inside and replace the sound to your own if you want sound different. And the beauty is it automatically adjusts, so it looks for the layers send marker, and it automatically detects if it's incoming or outgoing message, and it plays the sound automatically. Let me just play it, and as you see, bam, it's done. If I move it a little bit, the sound will move as well. Yep. Sorry, it's taking a little while to preview, but yep, it perfectly aligns to the marker. And another sound we have is typing. So the typing also automatically. Let's take a look. So basically there are three different modes, like fast typing, medium, and slow, and it detects the typing speed automatically, and it picks the right sound effect for you. And in slow it works like in real time. So if you see the yes, there are like three letters, and there will be three sound effects, like three presses, and then send. If you listen again, yeah, exactly three. And if there would be more, let's type something longer. Okay, double click to change text. Let's play the same animation and see how the sound effect changed. And as you noticed, yep, give it a few seconds to preview. Yeah, as you noticed, the sound effect changed immediately, and now we get that fast typing, and you didn't need to do anything manually. The template detected everything automatically. So yeah, the fast mode is not real life, meaning like if you will have three sentences here, it will not press each sound for each letter because it would be too much. We just made it sound good, so you don't like you don't chase realism in those cases, because usually videos are a little bit faster than real life. People don't want to wait until it's typed real slow. So the fast typing, as you have seen just on the screen, it's not annoying. It just like it sounds good. So we played a lot with it, and yeah, I think it's like perfect. Let's move on. One more question we had: how to add a background music for entire message. It's real easy. You just drag and drop the file, like file import um, file, select the music, and then drag and drop it anywhere on the timeline. It will play fine. Okay, another question we had: the speed of editing, and I researched a bunch of other tools on the market. One of them had a limitation of 6 messages. That's a joke. They said it's a technical limitation. Another one says like we can work with 8 messages, and after that it will be real slow. So even just for the demo, I added like 25 messages, and it's still working fine. As you see, it's almost real time, so I can preview it, preview another messages. Of course, if you will have like hundreds of messages here, and keep in mind, my computer is almost 10 years old. Like my processor is from 2014. It's not like a super high-end machine, so and it still works great. On newer machines, it will fly. Yeah, so let's see what else. So another question was, how do I change those placeholder names, like online, type in, type your text. If it's not English speaking country, we totally get you. So we have these 3 text placeholders. Let me pick something in Japanese. Okay, so I'm translating and I'm copy pasting right here. And it should, yep, it has updated right here. And the same works for the type message. I'll just say enter message, just to show you that it updates in real time. Another question we had: how to change fonts. Let's say you want something else from standard fonts. We have these 2 layers, type and the typewriter. They are not hidden, so the type is responsible for both online and typing, and typewriter is responsible for placeholder text and for the entered message. You can select them and change font right here, character panel. Next, we got a question: how to change, how to make one word bold or italic. And I'm happy to say that we did that. It was quite a challenge, but you can just go and change it like you would normally. Make it bold. Let me make it bold. Make it cursive. So everything from this panel should work fine. If you want to increase the font, that's fine as well. Another question was how to control colors. So with colors, we also spent quite a time doing that. We have a global color control, and let's say you want to change text color for incoming messages. You can do it right here. This one changes. But let's say you want to change only one word, like, or you want to change one message to be different color. Not all incoming messages, but only one. Let's say this one. So all you need to do, like, you don't need to learn anything, just go here, press red and the message is changed. So it overrides, like if you change the color here, it automatically overrides the global color. No checkboxes, like no nothing, just change it. And you can do the same with like one word, two words, make different colors. Makes the next word a different color. So it's very flexible. There are no limitations on that. Yep, it's blue now. Next question, we got the max number of messages, and there is none. So you can just duplicate away, like duplicate one more layer and just move it slightly to the right. There is no like physical limitation. As I mentioned, it might get a little bit slower. Honestly, I did not notice it being slower, like if there are 3 messages or like 25. But since there are a bunch of expressions, it should slow down a little bit. Another question is how to make a custom background. I scroll down. There is a background placeholder. Double click, and the same, you can file, import file, and drag and drop your image on top right here. You can remove this and drag and drop your image. It will replace the placeholder. Next question, how to change background opacity of the bubble. And there is a separate control for that. It's called box opacity. Make it 50. And as you see, it's a little bit more transparent. Make it 0. It should disappear. And the same goes for the text. There is opacity for the text. That was one of the requests from the user. Okay, next question in the WhatsApp, how to make a custom time, since some people were from France and they have a different, how do you call it, like time, it's not AM, PM, they have 24 hours and they would need like 23, like 12, something like this. So you have this time layers and they go above the messages. So you just edit it like any other text message. Let's say 23, 12. You can add AM, PM if you need to. So yeah, you can type anything there. You can actually type edit it later. We wanted to make a feature for the edited to appear automatically, but I didn't have a chance to make it yet, so yeah, it could be done this way. Next question, we have how to use videos in the placeholders. So we have a image placeholder as well. You can see it right there. And you can place any media there, like image or video. Let me show you this video. So file, import file. I'll select something like this. And let's dive into that placeholder, find it right here. Import. And you should probably rescale because it's 4K. Maybe like this. You can adjust the timing if you need like a specific part of the video. Okay, and now it should appear in the placeholder. Yep. Yeah, and the video will play automatically. Since it's just a basic layer, it should be moving. Yep, it's moving. The same goes for the image. There is no difference. Another question was to show how to make like change avatar. Let me import something else, like a logo. And there is an avatar placeholder right here. You just drag and drop, extend it a little bit. So if the image is a little bit short, you can press Ctrl Alt T on the keyboard and just extend it. Sorry, it was a sequence, not an image. For the images, you can just extend the out point. Looks like we need some different image. Let me find something different. Okay, I've downloaded an image from Pexels, our partners, and scale it down. Let me check how it looks. So it should be updated right there. Yep. Like this. And the username as well. Let's say Laura. Okay. One user asked how to replace these icons. I'm not sure why would you want that, but you can unhide all of the layers, and there is a header. So go inside content, and there are your icons. Like you can hide one, and you can just, if you need something else, just drag and drop on top of it, and that's it. And just another note that once we publish this template, these layers should be locked because you might accidentally move it while you're editing. I did it a few times while I was recording, so just for convenience I will lock them, but you can just unlock it and go inside to do the same. If you see the lock, it's just for convenience, so nothing moved accidentally. Yeah, we have two more questions. One of them, how to erase a message while typing. I find it like a good, curious question. Let's take a look. So let's say we want for the person to type something, then think about it for a few seconds and maybe erase a couple words, type something else or whatever, just have a flexibility. So we do it, we do have it, but you need a few keyframes for that. Let's go to the source text. So you might want to animate this one. So just create a keyframe whenever after the send marker. So this is your text, like a final text that is typed. Now I move the keyframe to the left, maybe a little bit further. And now you want to erase, let's say, one word. So you just erase it and you get a new keyframe. And you can move this keyframe as well before the send. And now when we will animate it or play it back, it should type the whole sentence, then erase one word from it. And since it's erasing, you see, yeah, works perfectly. Since it's erasing, you don't actually need to do it one by one. If you would want to do it one by one, you would need a little bit more keyframes, like erase one letter with a keyframe, then second one. It's a little bit cumbersome, but it would take me like a long time to automate it with expressions. And since it's not a highly requested feature. I'll just show you how to do it like manually. Hopefully it will work for you. And last question, how to use emoji. So you might have noticed that we have emoji right here. And we've included a few of them, just one example, and I'll show you where to get more. So if you go inside, there they are, like 4 compositions. They are actually from our another package called Animated Emoji. You can get it from Ajuice as well. They are animated. Let me show you how to import them. So open Ajuice Pack Manager, and you can press Ctrl P to find the package quickly. Like type AE, Animated Emoji, enter. It will download now. I don't have it installed yet. And you have a bunch of them. Let's take this one. You can just press import. And you can, after import, you can scale it down and place it together with another emojis. Or you can remove the rest. Okay, here it is. Let me close it and press scale it down, since it's a little bit okay. Okay, maybe 7. You might want to uncollapse it since we don't need it. Collapse is only if you like extend it for 4K, you need some extra quality, but collapse slows down the render, and sometimes it might cause some like visual defects with different effects. So yeah, just make sure it like fits the frame. Maybe 6 is okay. And you can like hide this one and move it. You can duplicate it, Ctrl D, like usually. Send 3 emojis. This. Yeah, and it should work fine. Yep. So yeah, you get a bunch of them. Let me just show you again what we have in the same package. Show you the rest. Yeah, it should be enough for typing, and they're all animated, so it's a bonus. Let me check that I covered everything. Okay, almost everything. Let me show you the Facebook template. So it works the same way. The cool feature is Facebook has this like backgrounds and messages that are, as you see, there are different endings, like different shapes at the end. It all works automatically as well. As you see, it like moves the gradient when you move the timeline or like the scroll. The same way, as you see, like it's blue, dark blue, then it becomes like more violet. Yeah, so it's another feature that helps you like speed up your editing and don't worry about the minor stuff. And if you noticed typing as well, let me find something that is typed. So this field expands and those icons stay in place. We copied it from Facebook, so it visually looks exactly the same as Facebook. So the text field expands to the top, and as you see, it works with multi-line, like no problem. Okay, lastly, if you don't want the typing, if you want the message to be sent away immediately, you can remove the marker, like press Control and click. So it will make the message to be sent immediately at the endpoint like this. And if you want like a bunch of messages to be sent one by one, like if someone angry and types like, "Hey, where are you? We need you," just Control D and move it one frame. So they will follow one each other immediately, and there will be like effect of urgency. Yeah, you might even do 2 frames. Maybe it's too much. Yeah, but you got the point. I hope it was helpful, and this template will save you a bunch of hours and deadlines. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward for your feedback. Thank you.